hang on. Are you coming?
A little bit of detail.
No? Okay, well, we're going this way. That's what we're doing.
Crazy that...
Well, excuse me, what? Now, Mexico is not very happy, no. In fact, they're very unhappy. And Schäuble, the Mexican president, well, she's had something to say about cosplay Kristi Noem, who has been featured in a new political advert. A political advert where she's threatening the Mexican people in Mexico that if you come here, we're going to lock you up forever. That's pretty much what Kristi Noem is saying. But, American taxpayers are paying for this, and also it goes against Mexico's constitution and it's against their own laws. And I think it's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. I have got a little video here. That was on Midas Touch. They did a little video about it. So I might share that with you in a moment. But it was... it's a bit jaw-dropping, actually, that these people, think that they are... well, the high and mighty. And I think that they forget who they work for, You don't work for the President of the United States. He works for you, Let's go clean my lens with a t-shirt. Oh, look at that goes. That's better. So it just, it beggars believe. And you've got Elon Musk. He's crying. It's just spilled milk. Because these people have been nasty to him. Yeah, he's not happy. His share values have plummeted. It's such a toxic brand now, the Tesla brand. That's what happens when you come out as being a Nazi. Yeah. And God knows how people are feeling about being, how do I express this? If I was a trans person, for which I'm not, how the hell would I feel about new laws in the UK? I think it's like going in a direction that's a bit worrying. I don't know what the answer is, mind. It's a very difficult question, But they're talking about gender, whether or not you're classed as a woman or not, I think it's a very tricky one. As somebody who isn't trans, I can't really comment too much on it. All I do feel for both sides, really, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't know what people are worrying about, to be honest. People have just all unisex toilets. Let's all just share a bucket. Why not? Why did you share a bucket? You can pass it around then as well, can't you? It becomes, a social thing. Oh, you'll smell of petals, it does. No, blimey, what have you been sniffing? Well, and then we got what's going on with Pete Hegseth. Now, the NPR did report that Pete Hegseth, it looks like it's going to be out on his air. I've got my doubts. I think a lot is going to depend whether or not Pete Hegseth is seen to Donald Trump as being somebody who makes Donald Trump look bad amongst his own people, amongst his, his MAGA people. Now, currently his poll ratings are around 45. Approval ratings around 45%, which I find unbelievable, really. And it's still minus, so it's -5, isn't it? And then you've got this. They've seen an increase in MAGA supporters, which I find absolutely unbelievable and all. And it's like, why? Crikey, you're losing your jobs, and there's more MAGA. Oh, you lost your job, like that job. I know. Crikey, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. The economy's buggered. It's going to take decades to get over this, Nobody trusts the United States anymore. And I think the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is going to have to be very, very careful. Especially around this state visit, which is possibly going to be in September. Emmanuel Macron's going to be first, though. He's going to be, I think, in May sometime. So there's a bit of sanity there. But, September for Donald Trump, which I think is good. I'm sure that Keir Starmer is wishing he never did that now. Because there's going to be one hell of a protest. And I reckon, but We should encourage Americans to come over, who also has a problem with Donald Trump, and make it one massive protest. You see, the thing about it in the UK, it's not a very big country. Why has it gone really blurry? Is that, oh, I see what it is. Yeah, it's the sun. I need a hood or something on it. Can you imagine that if, for instance, there was these 5 million people, like you had in the United States, all in the UK? Could you imagine that? You wouldn't be able to get anywhere. Talk about take a notice. That could be a double whammy. Sort of protest against the Labour Party for inviting them, Keir Starmer for inviting them, and also protest against Donald Trump. So as far as protests are concerned, as far as I'm concerned, I think sometimes you've got to be a bit more clandestine about it. They're not paying any attention, are they? They really aren't. You don't honestly think people like Donald Trump are sitting there, oh, it's a protest, oh, it's a protest, what am I going to do? Oh, crikey, you're going to bash down the gates of the White House and they're going to get me? No. He ain't worried about things like that, is he? He's just sitting there and eating his Big Macs, his cheeseburgers, and drinking Coca-Cola. You don't care about that sort of stuff. So you've got Pete Hegseth, like potentially, I'm not going to say he is going, but they reported that they're apparently looking for someone to replace him, but I don't think they're going to find it very easy. Because they only want yes men, don't they? White yes men, that's what they want, And so it's not going to be that easy. And listen to Pete Hegseth when he's trying to defend himself at that bloody Easter egg roll thing, which is a right rip-off. It's an absolute joke. Because at the end of the day, millions and millions they fundraise for that bloody thing. I think it costs millions and millions to roll a few eggs down a bloody hill. Fucking stupid, isn't it? Okay. Absolutely. It's just another con job, isn't it? Make more money. Just so Donald Trump can find a way of actually extracting it as well. Extract money out of the public purse. Well, that's what Elon Musk has been doing. But he's getting a lot of pressure now off Tesla and what have you, saying, you need to get out of there, get out of the government. Because, the company is doing pretty poorly. And it's not be funny, the damage is done now. I don't think anyone's going to really want, well, many people are going to even think about buying a Tesla, not when it's looked upon very negatively on the road. It's at a risk of being vandalised, isn't it? What are you doing over there, guys? Can I actually turn this camera around with this? Because you used to be able to. You can! Hey, gingers! There's Sebastian. You can turn the camera around. Oh. Man of 1,000 hats. Yes, I do have quite a few hats. I think at my last count I had around 60. Must be at least 60. I was over that. I've got over that now. I've got a lot of hats anyway. I like hats. All funny shapes and sizes. Hello, Alice. Hope you're well. Madbug, my friend. Hope you're well, my friend. Oh, say hi. Afro-talent. Oh, Afro-talent. And Afro-talent. Okay. Dorco. Hello, Dorco. Hope you're well, my friend. And Heidi Monteith. Hello there. I used to teach English in Germany. First day I taught them everything beginning a second day, everything beginning with B, well, D was a bit tricky. Oh dear. Like D-Day. I see a problem. Oh dear. Hopefully Trump is only temporary. Crikey, I don't think so. If the system holds, yes. He won't be running another term, will he? But I don't see it. While they're ignoring Supreme Court rulings, unless he's impeached, I just don't see him going. I really don't. No, the river today, the river. This is the Gartomp River. And we're just at San Junior, I just done a bit of shopping with the doggies. Got them some treats. I see they buy them more food than what we eat. That's just, everything seems to be dog treats. But they are, they're worth it. Aren't you guys? Huh? Yes you are. Yes you are. Yeah, I ain't got the treats in my pocket. Well, I actually might have. Oh, I have! They know. Oh, that's not a treat. That's a mint. That is a treat though. That's one. Hopefully I've got another. Yes, there is. There you go. Little wheelchair place. They fish over here, you see. It got running fast at the moment, isn't it? We have had a lot of rain though. Last 3 days. There's been a lot of rain. Now this place here, it used to be known for, actually it's got a connection to Donald Trump actually. It used to be known for gloves. There used to be all factories along here, like leather works or here, and also porcelain. And they used to, well not porcelain, but the leather. There's actually still a leather glove maker here. It's still here. It's very expensive though. It's all handmade stuff. And that's what it's renowned for. It's San Union, and it's yeah, Donald Trump and Melania's had leather gloves made here. World renowned they are. World renowned. Probably turned up in a helicopter or something, didn't they? It wasn't when he was president though. Crikey, that. Well, I was down here the other day, right, and this river was not. Last week I was down here, and this river was like dead slow, and now it's just like going like a good one, isn't it? Basically, everything just goes out to sea. That is the direction of the sea. Even though we're quite inland here, but everything basically goes out to sea eventually. It drains off all the hills right here, into little lakes, and then into little rivers, and into the bigger rivers, and then eventually out to sea. The grass is long. Do they see all the buttercups? Dora, do you like buttercups? Charles has a job. Yes, he's got the job of, you're talking about Prince Charles, King Charles III, the job of actually having to deal with Donald Trump, probably. I bet he was dreading that. Oh no, not another state visit, Oh, I can't do it. Hello, Wildflower. And Robert R. It was a, oh hang on, where was I? Your grass is so green. Yes, it's quite green, isn't it? My grass is getting like this now. I've got to cut it. I have to cut it, otherwise I can't get on top of it. It's just, my machine, I've got a good machine, but it's just not really designed for really long grass. We already had it when they came over, brought over me. Big old thing, it's quite a hefty old machine, but it's one of the things. It's quite, I like it down here though. We always come down here before we go into town if we're going to come with the dogs, because then they get a little walk. Don't you guys? Yeah, I know what you want. You want another treat. You have one in a minute, right? We're going to sit down in a second and we'll have another treat, alright? So, I'm going to scroll up. Good old mutts, they are old mutts and all, aren't they? She's a Labrador something cross. We don't know. She was found in the woods. But she's definitely got Labrador traits. This one here, we know is a Labrador Dalmatian cross. Yeah, look at his spotty ears. He's a Dalmador. He's never rescue. And my little Wally was sort of a rescue as well. Well, we homed him anyway. We used to do a lot of work for the equivalent of the RSPCA as a dog homing centre here, the SPA, and also another one called Phoenix. They are lovely. They are adorable dogs. I have to admit, I love my dogs. Very cuddly. Grass eater, he is a moment. Is your belly alright, boy? People could think I don't feed you. I don't know what it is with dogs. They do like, when the grass is like that and really lush, they seem to like to eat it. Dora does sometimes. Well, Wally used to do that quite a lot. My other dog, he passed away last year. You know what? What's up with you? Should we sit down for a bit, boys and girls? You gonna sit down for a bit? Yeah? We've already been there once, haven't we? Oh, that pretty little wildflowers. Well, I do love nature. When things make sense. It snowed here yesterday. Everything is brown but the weeds. Yeah. They are persistent weeds, aren't they? Anyway, let's just plonk this down here, and I'm going to get them some treats, and let's talk a little bit about what's been going on. If I can reposition this tripod. I've got another camera come tomorrow. It's not a camera, it's a phone. It's the same as the one I'm on at the moment, actually, but this one I broke the screen ages ago, and I've still been using it because it works. That's one of the reasons why it's a bit glary at the top. You can't manage highlights very well anymore because I need to change the screen. Because the damp's got in. Right, where are we? Let's get a drink. Let's doggies some treats. I've got some treats, guys. Right. Let's turn the old camera around. Oh, here we go. I got my energy drink because I haven't been sleeping very well recently. It might be because the dogs keep jumping on my bed. Yes, I know, I don't get on the bed. There's a mummy in there at the moment. So, anyway, get the other device. Let's have a look what's been going on here. Right. Now, this thing with Kristi Noem, it is shockingly bad. I mean, what the hell are they thinking? Oh, excuse me. Let's just bring us back a little bit. Now, this little video clip is on Midas Touch if you want to have a look.
It is very discriminatory, and it's in English. That the Trump regime is running in Mexico, and
let me just...
literally hundreds of thousands, millions of people living in Mexico reported this to the government because it's just horrific. And it's Kristi Noem. I mean, this is some North Korea style crap. Kristi Noem gets on and she's like, first off, I would like to thank Donald Trump, the president, the greatest of all time. And they
what is that? It's cringeworthy when they do that, isn't it? When they...
Towards Mexico. Here, watch this.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first. Let me deliver a message from President Trump to the world. If you are considering entering America illegally, don't even think about it. Let me be clear. If you come to our country and you break our laws, we will hunt you down. Criminals are not welcome in the United States. For too long, weak leadership has left our borders wide open, flooding our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. Well, those days are over.
Comment j'ai pu enchaîner des prêts immobiliers
that took me by surprise.
sans aucun héritage?
Under President Trump, we are defending American families.
What the hell's going on there? Okay.
Families and restoring their safety. If you try to enter illegally, you will be caught. You will be removed, and you will never return. Follow the law, and you'll find opportunity. If you break it, you'll find consequences. Strong borders mean a stronger America. President Trump is making America safe again.
All right, now let me share with you the speech that President Scheinbaum.
Yeah, Scheinbaum basically highlighted the law and what have you, and the fact that it's what they were doing is illegal, and plus they're broadcasting it on Mexican TV and other channels, you know, obviously media and that as well in Mexico. What a disgraceful thing to do, you know. It's almost like it's trying to tarnish every single Mexican with the same brush. Now, we all know that the fact of the matter is that they are, well, ICE are literally just gathering people up and sending them over there without any due process whatsoever. And it's for what though, really? Just to get the few? Yeah, there will be obviously some illegals there. I don't mean illegals, I mean like criminals and stuff. I don't really consider someone just trying to escape some form of, you know, tyranny or what have you as being an illegal. I just think that's just somebody who's just trying to make their lives a bit better if they can. And then what they, you know, it's a massive mistake, obviously, because look at what's happening at the moment. It's pretty shocking. It really is. Okay. Come on, tripod, stay put. So yeah, so I found that absolutely disgraceful. Then you got Pete Hegseth. He was there at this Easter egg roll, and it was, oh my god, it was painful actually. He's so arrogant. I mean, unbelievably arrogant. The way they talk to the media, which basically that's how they're talking to people watching, really. It's unreal. It really is unreal. I've got, what's this? I've got a citron and, citron and, green lemon. Limes and lemons flavour. So I just find this whole thing absolutely bonkers. We've got people in the UK, actually in Ireland, sorry, it's not the UK, in Ireland here, who want to go to universities in the US, and they're petrified, they're frightened to go now. And it's, you're talking about just on the universities alone, it's education tourism, that's like 45 billion industry. Everything Donald Trump is doing, it's like he is doing it deliberately to cripple the dollar. And in some ways, it's something you can do to actually bring down, to encourage industry, because everything becomes cheaper. Makes more sense to build it in the United States. But with the tariffs, see, the thing is, it's inflation, isn't it? Killing the dollar will increase inflation. It just will. How do you counter that? Do you counter that by gas and oil prices going up to try and balance that out? But you're not in control of that, really, are you? The United States can influence the market, but you've got Russia and you've got Saudi, Arab Emirates and all that. So it's a gamble. It's not going to work. This isn't going to work. It's going to put the United States in a situation that is going to... No, it's not going to be trusted again for decades. Obviously, it also depends on who you've got in there. Plus, the economy is going to be shot for a long time. They reckon, on average, what? Do you have a recession? Around 6-7 years, something like that? On average. I know sometimes a bit long and sometimes a bit short, depending on the situation. Because obviously certain events can throw you into recession, such as the war in Ukraine could, but also the pandemic and Brexit for the United Kingdom. There's loads of factors all culminating into just a severe hit to the economy, because you can't function properly. Now, one might be, you can't. The thing is with this, with a recession, like the housing crash or financial crash, or with a recession, you can't control it, because there's you can try and control it, but businesses let businesses run away with them. They don't curb it. And also human greed, that we tend to want everything, consumerism. And it's greed, isn't it? It's either greed in the industry or personal greed, that desire, that want, and that just throws the economy off kilter. If you look at the United Kingdom at the moment, I don't know what it is at the moment, so I say at the moment, but it peaked at around 15% house price increase in house prices, around 15%, which is ridiculously high. So every year, another 15 grand on every 100 grand value of house. That's not sustainable. So the youngsters are not growing up without any means. I'm not going to go like Gen Z and stuff like that, because I think that's a little bit too defined. There's not it's not really a cut-off point like that, is it? It's more of a gradual thing, and it's also down to personal circumstances and family circumstances as well. Whether you've got the bank of mum and dad to lend you the mortgage and stuff, I just don't see how we'll ever be able to have a steady or 100% stable economy. And now we've got Donald Trump, who's literally wrecking it for everybody. Right around the world. I've got Sebastian right at my feet. He's got mud on his head. So unless we can control greed, I don't think we're ever going to control anything, because there's never a desire to do so. So we're always going to have recessions. We're always going to have this cycle of recession. So you get growth like that, go crazy like that, inflation goes up, and then everything just plummets, because with inflation everything becomes too expensive, like it is at the moment. The cost of living crisis, energy prices being probably, energy and food probably the two main ones at the moment, isn't it? And interest rates, because interest rates are still relatively high compared to what they were, although they were too low. Well, 0.25% in the UK, that's way too low. Way too low. All that was doing is fueling the housing market and making it so people can't afford to buy a house. And that then fuels the rentals as well, and the rents go up. Everything goes up. And this thing about building more houses, obviously I hope they can, because people need something to live. But it's not going to happen overnight. And also they got the means. The cost of materials have gone up. The cost of land has gone up. Everything's more expensive. So it becomes, you might plan for something one year, but next year when you're actually going to do the build, it could be like 15, 20% more expensive, because everything's gone up just with inflation, let alone anything else. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. So housing prices are going up. In my state, the average price is more than $500,000, $500,000, $500,000. Who can afford that? That's the average house. God. Well, when I see like little houses, my son's house, it's worth more than mine. What would it be now, about $350? Or it was when you bought it, $350. And it's just a little 2 or 3 bedroom, little 3-bedroom house. It doesn't even have its own driveway. It's got a parking space, but he hasn't got a driveway. It's quite roomy-ish inside, but $350,000 is just nuts. My house isn't worth that. I've got over 2 hectares of land. And I've got 4 bedrooms and a provision for another 6 if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that, obviously, that'd be stupid. Oh dear, it's just, again, I'm in an old rural country farmhouse in France, so houses are a lot cheaper. The French have a different relationship to houses and cars, though. It's not the same as the UK. It's probably not the same as the United States either. It's seen... Oh, it's a train. It's seen more that a house in France is more about just a place to live. It serves a purpose. They're not necessarily looking at the investment. Quite expensive to move, you see. There's a lot of costs and fees involved, and you have to do all these surveys and checks and stuff as well. So look, some people they just stay put, And the same with cars. I've seen cars around here, and it says, I bought that too. I look at it, oh my God, you can see through the sills on both sides. They've got holes in them. In such a bad state. The French don't care about their cars like we do in the UK, or probably in the United States. I mean, they really bash them about. They're just a tool. But one of the things different here, you see, is that the number plates. See, in the UK, you can tell the age of a car by the number plate. I don't know if you can in the US. I do not know. But in France, you can't. It's just a number plate with a number on it, no matriculation. And it's you don't get that sort of like, I don't know, that kudos thing. If you've got the identical car, you don't really know who's got the newest one. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter anyway, but I'm not like that. If you see my car. I'm in Cork and Ireland, bro. How are you? Hello, Stuart Walsh. I'm fine. A little bit run down at the minute. I'm tired, actually. I'm not sleeping very well. I've got a lot of pain at the minute. So I've got fibromyalgia. So I've got quite a bit of pain with that. But I've been alright until this Monday, and then the last couple of days it's been really getting me. Probably because I'm a bit run down. It's a catch-22, and it is. But yeah, I just my joints are hurting as well, so it's a bit of a nuisance. I think a lot of brain fog. But it's like that, So you have good days and bad days, but there you go. It's one of the things that I'm not going to moan about that. Dave Beginners, hope you're well, my friend. How's Scotland? Are you going to protest up there if Donald Trump goes up there instead? Shradra Nish says, oh, responding to Yellow Rose, what did Yellow Rose say? Da 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 da. Can't see it. Too far up, probably. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. Didn't say that. What part of Trump is the Manchurian candidate? Do people not understand? Yeah. That's quite a good one, actually. He is, wow, he's an anomaly, I know that much. There's no one else like Donald Trump, is there? You've got Stephen Miller, Peter's head. Got him. Oh my God, that man. What is it about, oh, that's not saying. There. What is it about all this smarmy arse licking? It's like that Christine Holmes, the first thing she did was thank Donald Trump for securing our borders. And then there was when they had that meeting in the, it's almost like show and tell, was it, in the cabinet, and Elon Musk was there, and they were going, oh, with your leadership, Donald, Mr. Trump, and all that sort of stuff, or your leadership. Oh, with this achieve this with your leadership. You're so wonderful, you're so great. Let me lick your chocolate starfish. I just, it is sickly. It is just so sickly. Every single time they are praising Donald Trump up to the point of it being real throw-up territory, and then obviously belittling Joe Biden. The economy was in such a better place. It really was. Inflation was coming down. GDP was going up. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but nowhere was. And then Donald Trump has literally pulled the rug on everything, and it's I don't know, free fall. It's a shit show. And they're doing everything they can to, well, get themselves more money. Playing back with the markets and. It's unbelievably immoral. It's just unbelievably immoral. It's just unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, really. It is shocking. So, now US students are faring as well. US colleges are very concerned because the authorities are detaining more students and revoking the visas. So this is for the last 2 weeks. Many foreign students, they live for the US Don watch as a series of events. Don repeat himself on, what's this? What the hell's that about? Oh, those, what the hell? I can't read that. Some sort of pidgin English. Basically, they're very worried that foreign students are being detained. And like I mentioned earlier about Irish students thinking twice about going to university in the United States. There's a 45 billion industry just literally being sidelined by them. This is nuts. And anything about Canada, elbows up and all that, they've got the risk of their coffee going up. The thing that coffee is, it's not just where it's been imported from, it's the fact who actually doing the roasting. And then it gets obviously sent on from there. You might be getting all your coffee from Brazil or somewhere. Or Colombia. There's come with certain rules, but then who's doing the roasting? There's Warren Buffett. There's a few people, even though they've got shitloads of money, like, I like Warren Buffett. I quite like his approach to life. He's a very simple man in many ways. I quite like him. Anthony Scaramucci. I think, considering that he was in the previous administration, one day or something, that's something crazy about. And I liked it actually when he did his first speech. I thought, I like this guy, even though he's going in the Trump administration, and even though he's a Republican. But he is pretty down to earth, and he does a podcast. What's it called? Caddy K. I don't watch it very often. But they do a podcast together, and he's quite he seems genuine actually for someone who's made his money from the stock market and God knows what else he's doing, Bitcoin and shit like that. He seems pretty down to earth in many ways. He's quite funny as well, and you've got Caddy K there, and they're two like different people. I quite like watching them. Just a second, what's popped up on my phone here? What about those ground news? Telling me to sign in. Don't want to sign in. So the US growth forecast to be hit hardest from the tariffs, the IMF says. The IMF also said, I think it was the IMF, International Monetary Fund, has told young Brits need to get used to the idea of working until they're 75. God's sake. I couldn't have... Do you know what? Obviously, I'm still working, but I could not work in the workplace. I have too many problems. No one would want me, I just... Not like that. Working up on a factory floor or what have you. Or even on site. I couldn't do it. Not fibromyalgia. I really couldn't. Some weeks would be okay, then other weeks I'd be useless. So it says anyway, US forecasters to be hit the hardest among advanced economies because of the uncertainty. So Donald Trump's tariffs is going to damage the US economy more than anybody else's. And growth is now expected to be 1.8% this year, down from the IMF's original estimate of 2%. This was in January, with Biden in place, 2.7%. So, he's not helping matters. Now, US markets are rebounding following their losses. The thing is, you can't really you shouldn't really confuse the stock market with the economy. They work totally different to each other. The markets had been rattled by Donald Trump's attack on the US central bank. Boss Jerome Powell said. Is he the one he's trying to get rid of? He is, isn't he? Donald Trump's trying to get rid of him. He's not very happy with him because he wants them to put the interest rates down, bring the interest rates down when you've got inflation. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's the wrong way, Donald. He called him a major loser. Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, Trump's attack on the US central bank boss, Jerome Powell. He called him a major loser for not cutting the interest rates. Oh, that's what, he's the same geezer. The IMF's chief economist says it's crucial that everybody remains convinced that the central banks will do what is necessary to bring inflation under control, which means they'll probably put interest rates back up again, not down. Oh, God. What is it about Donald Trump? If you disagree with him, you're a loser. Why are people like that? And why do people listen to it? That's the thing I really don't understand. It's like nobody's got any, morality or any sense whatsoever. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. It's nuts. And then you got what's going on in the UK. That ain't going to heal very quickly either, you see. But that damage has been going on for a very long time, especially under 14 years of Tories. And Labour get in, think they're going to do this, that, and the other. It ain't going to happen, was it? It never was. They shouldn't have made promises that they couldn't keep. That's what they shouldn't have done. Which is pretty bad, really. What is a tariff? Okay, a tariff. What's a tax? It's very obvious. Why do people need to be told that? How many people? That's everything, isn't it? You know, during Donald Trump's campaign, he was saying that China will pay the tariffs. It'll make us rich, make everyone rich. But if we come down to it, it's just a tax, and it's just get added to the value of the goods, the sale price. It's just an additional cost. I don't understand how people can work it out for themselves. It's not like it's new news, is it? It's like that's just how it is. I just find it absolutely unbelievable. It's so people are so stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. Well, they are though, aren't they? I do find it quite hard to appreciate how foolish people are and how they are willing to do things against their own best interests just because of tribalism. Dunning-Kruger effect, probably. Oh dear. So who pays for it? Oh, okay. Companies that bring foreign goods into the US have to pay the tax to the government. They pass that tax on to the customers. If you're very lucky and you've got a company that says, well, we've got a bit of spare room here, well, we can accommodate some of it, but they're not going to accommodate all that tax, are they? It's just nuts. Absolute nuts. I'm going to keep saying that, it's nuts. And look what's going on in Ukraine. There's Vladimir Putin, he announced a ceasefire, but didn't stop sending missiles. Yeah, the drones, sorry. I think it was just a way to put, maybe to put them off kilter and give them a bit more time, maybe. But they didn't stop anyway, so it's not even that, is it? Well, Ukraine managed to hit another base which they launched these drones from, and also manufacture some of them as well. Says that they've also managed to hit the equipment required to cross the river. They've destroyed that, so that's good. I think I'm not there, so I can't really comment, but I do get the feeling that Ukraine's doing a darn sight better than what people make out. You know, we hear all this propaganda, don't we, about Russia. If Russia was going to win, they'd have won by now. Because they could have done, couldn't they? But they've had to borrow troops. Well, actually, they just had to take troops and let them get killed. From North Korea and recruiting in China and places like that. What the hell's that all about? The Chinese must remove stone lions from the Arctic. What the hell's that all about? No, you know Target. Is that like big box type store, isn't it? Wholesalers of the Target. Because they rolled back, didn't they? The DEI, you know, diversity, equity and inclusion under Donald Trump. And when it come down to it, a lot of people say, well, we're not going to go there anymore. Well, they've had a huge downturn in their footfall going into the store now, massive. Actually, I'm going to tell you on here, let's have a look. It's on CNN. I was watching a little video about that. February. That's down there 10%. That's a lot out of your turnover, isn't it? So they've lost a hell of a lot. Good. Well, if you do things like that, well, you deserve to lose. Oh, no. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Oh, there we go. Warren Buffett is dumping shares. Oh, there's a lot of countries dumping the dollar at the moment. And the bonds. China's got like 800 billion in bonds. I think that's right, isn't it? Bonds. US sell off. Sell off. Breaking news, US markets crisis point hinges on a sell-off in US stocks, long-term government bonds and dollar. Ooh. It traces back to Donald Trump since he's been in office and the tariffs. sell-off of US stocks, long-term government bonds, tariffs. Uncertainty, isn't it? There's no certainty. You've got to have trust. There's no trust anymore. And China's winning the old trade war by a mile. They're digging in. They are. They're finding new markets. They've been doing a bit of a tour of countries, India and places like that, other Asian countries, to sell their products instead of the United States. I think everyone's going to be doing the same. You know, there's no point in engaging with a country that, quite frankly, has no decorum. And your own people are getting bloody, imprisoned. Oh, it's 50. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. What part of... Oh, sorry, I'm a cheering candidate, but I'll become... Yeah. Oh, you're passing the popcorn. It's a bit like that, isn't it? You know, it's just one thing after another. It actually frightens me, though, you know. I worry about my children. And, other good folk and that as well. And it's, it just means things are going to get tough. And tougher. I think it's good to have a bit of an understanding how it all works. So you get more of a chance to pull yourself out of it or prepare. For me, and the missus and that, we're doing what we can to make sure that if there's times when like power goes out or stuff like that, you know, that we actually we have the means to carry on. We've got our solar and stuff. We've just got quite a few solar panels. And we're, to rig it up so we've got a secondary system and a generator. Because I wouldn't be a bit surprised we're going to end up in some kind of war, a direct conflict with Russia. I really do. I just think it's a matter of time now. Where's that little door? Oh, she's there waiting. There you go. Well, you want one too? Okay. You want one of these? I've got a 2-stick. I wonder what they taste like. But nothing I trust. It's not like Fido. So these tariffs have been driving a treasury sell-off. People it's no longer considered any kind of safe haven. The dollar and the bonds. There's speculation about China unloading. I don't know if they would. I think that damage themselves or damage the value, because if you flood the market, it devalues unless they're going to get rid of the whole lot all at once. Speculation. Let's plug this back in again. Batteries better go out. Yeah. So speculation about China unloading treasuries as a means to hit back at tariffs levied by US President Donald Trump. Last time I looked, they had about 800 or 900 billion in bonds. Not everyone agrees with Beijing resorting to selling treasuries, and China selling down their treasury holdings would effectively be shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, I think they would be, because it just devalue it. And also that would obviously damage the United States. But then again, if that's what Donald Trump wants, he wants everyone to, if you've got these savings, you might want to put it to something else. Gold. Like gold! Yeah, go for some gold. Maybe gold or art or something. Oh dear. So the US Treasury market over the past week saw investors fleeing the safe haven in an unusual move that added to the market turmoil caused by US President Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs, forcing him to suspend the duties. And just a few sessions, a yield on the 10-year Treasury soared 4.592 on Friday, and the highest since February. Similarly, the 30-year Treasury bond yield notched its highest price since November 2023. But since then, yields have been ticking lower, and they still... Oh, okay. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice! There's a car. There we go. So China's been, you probably heard, still got that bloody food. China's been offloading, been restricting the export of rare earth materials, rare earth elements, and it's caused a massive problem in the car industry in the United States. But also, if you're the supply chain for the United States, they're blocking them from them as well, the other countries, if they know it's going to the United States. So, God, I haven't really come back. So China's move to impose strict export controls on rare earth elements used in auto manufacturing has reportedly sparked fears of potential shortage of cars. It's not a bad thing, is it? One car's like, well, they're 20 years old now. I can't see the point in changing it. No dogs and that's the point. Can't afford to anyway. To move, the move has left many Western firms with stockpiles of key materials. Yeah, that's the same. I've sort of talked about this before, haven't I? You know, it's all very well stockpiling, but if you can't get everything, you can't complete the car, can you? Now, there was a situation. You're standing on my foot, Sebastian. Thank you. You got off. When you think that, say for instance, you've got everything you need, you stockpiling it all, and it happened during Brexit as well. A lot of the car manufacturers had to stockpile because they thought we might get no deal, you see. And that was obviously going to be a bit disastrous for the car manufacturing in the United Kingdom. And it's, you can end up having enough stuff to partly build the cars, but not to finish them. It's crazy, and it increases costs, doesn't it? Which means there's less profit and less money for investment, you know. It's all going to shit. It's literally all going to shit. Oh, how depressing. I'm trying to look for good news. Someone asked me for good news the other day. I haven't found any yet. Oh my God, yes. Hegseth's second signal chat call. About war from the other nations. That's the thing. Hang on to you. Now, how can we trust the United States with our international security when you've got the chief of that, you know, the Defence Secretary, Pete Hegseth, using Signal, but not just that, his wife was on there as well, and his brother. Make it a family affair, eh? It's nuts. They didn't have a shift or anything, you know. The shift or skiff? The skiff. The US trade deficit math. Okay, here we go. Down there, back we come. How to bird watch. Look at him. Right, here we come. Even Canada's buying a lot more defence equipment. Big transport carriers and stuff. Big planes. There we go. Right you come. Why am I getting loads of things about cameras? Oh, terrible. So brand news. There we go. Oh, Bennett. Everyone's bugging it. It really is. Global warming is now a security threat, and the armies must adapt. They need water-cooled clothing. That's what they need. The UK economy will be among the hardest hit by global trade war. Lovely. Thank you, America. I think the second hardest is going to be the United States, or the first hardest. There you are, Sebastian. Open door. There you go. Yes, you do have to get up. Crikey. It's like me when I get up. Or even hobby crafters axing stalls now. Because of job insecurity and the insecurity of the business. The people are spending less. People are becoming very concerned and very worried, aren't they? If you've got any savings and that, they're just thinking, what do we do with the money? And also, where do you invest it if you're going to invest it? If you've got money, that is. Everything's too bloody expensive. I don't know how people can have money these days. Hey, Angalia Jones, hello there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your box of chocolates. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dorgo says, I've invested a few quid in European defence firms. That's probably a really good idea. But Rheinmetall, they're also doing loitering drones now as well, Rheinmetall are. Yeah, they're pretty impressive, I must say. It's, they've expanded. Quite. I bet you wish you invested in the beginning of the year, because the actual company's like trebled in size since January. But they need a lot of steel. If only signal can be used properly. Oh, the only signal that can be used properly is a toothpaste. With its little red lines. Did Hexef serve in the signals regiment? Very good. Oh. Based on the definition of environmental terrorism, the US government fits the bill, along with the domestic and international. I don't get why nothing is being done to stop them immediately, I know. And also these wars, isn't it? If it was depleted uranium and all the shit that they keep using, obviously the toxins, explosives. It's worrying, isn't it? It's like in Ukraine with the big freeze and then it's the frosts. You can have a hell of a lot of toxins that end up getting leaching through the ground into the watercourse because of war. Oh, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Stephen. Public dumps harvesting a lot of rare earth. Public dumps. Oh, are they? Rare earths. What, from the dumps themselves? I suppose they're going to be in the the dumped stuff, aren't they? Here in France, it's quite in England you'd have like a central tip somewhere, usually in Norwich. But in France you've got every town, pretty much every town. It'd be tiny if you didn't have one. Has a place we call a déchetterie, and that's where we can take stuff that we can't put in the bins, and it's free for the public. So you just pond around there, you can empty your trailer or stuff like that, whether it's green waste or. But regarding the electronics, separate skips and what have you for that, it's all all sectioned off from there. It's pretty organised, and the people down there are really good and really helpful. Hard drives. Oh, that makes sense. God, I've got so many bloody hard drives from the past that have failed. I saw somebody make a little sander out of a hard drive. Like a little like a bench disc sander for sharpening the drill bits of a hard drive. The shit is waste. It's a waste park, No fly tipping in France. Nope, they do get a little bit, not much. But there's no need to, is there? The only fly tipping you're going to get is going to be for people who haven't got, they aren't registered to dump the waste. Because every householder here has the rights to get little cards free. And you get this little card, and that basically tells them that you're a resident here, and that allows you to use the déchetterie. But if you were somebody working on the black or whatever, you wouldn't have one, would you? If you're from a foreigner or whatever. But you don't get very, very little fly tipping. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen any. No. it's a pretty clean place, to be fair. Anyway, it's everything's well maintained. No, I put it down to that we have individual, what we call them, our mayories, which is like our council office. Every town has a council office, and they generally have their grounds maintenance department, and they do everything. They pretty much do it all. If the town is really tiny, well then they usually get like 2 or 3 towns together and do it. But our little town has got its own grounds maintenance and waste collection. It just works. The thing is, you see, the people who are running these places, they live here, so they know what's going on. They know who's there. They know what needs to be done. It just gets done. It's none of this kind of like passing the buck. It just gets done. I'd like to see more of that. There's so many individuals in this regime with connections to human trafficking, yes, and traffickers, and the research I've done has been incredibly concerning. Well, it's got to follow the money, haven't you? And then you got like Palantir and that, crikey, what's his name again? Oh crikey, guy from Palantir. He's got things and pies all over the world, including the United Kingdom. Massive company. Data collection, theft. Oh, so it's theft personally. I didn't give him permission to do it. The thing is, you see, these AI companies, whatever, they want to take control to the point that they don't have to have any recourse. They don't want to have to ask for permission. They just want to be able to take our intellectual property, just so they can build up their artificial intelligence. No, that's not right. Oh, my battery's going to run out very, very soon, so I'm probably going to have to call that it. Sherry Ways. Hello, Billy Kershaw, I hope you're well. Jason Thomas, hello there. Our daughter is 13 and she has lost over 450 on her ISA because of Trump. Oh, crikey. Well pissed, as you can imagine. Yes, definitely. So you're basically trying to save up for when she was 18. That could be also education and driving or whatever, can it? And neodymium in hard drives. Of course there is, magnets. And electrical stuff, yeah. I can't invest enough to make a difference, says Wim. I know the feeling at the moment, mate. I'm just flipping out. I have to spend quite a bit on this actually, because that's cute, on gear and stuff like that, and try and learn new things. Things break. It's really annoying. They just break. It just all of a sudden stop working for no apparent reason. I do use them a lot though, to be fair. It's like the phone I'm on at the moment. It seems a bit, from my end, it's looking a bit jittery, so it's obviously struggling. But anyway, battery's got to run out, isn't it? Crikey. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. It's been most kind. And thanks for the super chats. Angie is fine. No worries. At least I can do. Keep doing lives. I'll keep doing. Yeah. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you. Thanks, Alice. Yeah, I'll keep doing live. Sometimes I struggle with it because I have fibromyalgia and sometimes I get a bit down, you see, so I have to do it when I feel like it. But when I'm out and about with the dogs, I feel quite good actually. And I might do some more out and about videos. That's one of the reasons why I would replace this phone for outdoor videos. I was using my camcorder, but which is really good camera, but it's no good for doing lives. And this one isn't very good for doing lives either, because you can't reverse the camera on this one, on the app. So I've got the 8, but I don't like using this old phone, like a Google Pixel 8. So that's the OnePlus 7. It has a weird camera. I stuck it on there as like light shade, but the camera lifts out at the top. So that's a OnePlus 7 Pro. Really good phone actually. I use that one as my go-to phone for what I do most of the stuff on. And the one that I'm recording this on at the moment, I've had that since God knows when. It's quite old now. But that's a OnePlus 6. It's still got like 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig. Yeah, it's still quick. It's still a quick phone. But I think it's struggling a little bit on this live stream. I look a bit jittery. Might have to change the settings about. So anyway, it's gonna cut off any moment. It will. It'll cut off. Elon Musk fading away. Well, it looks like it could even be today, but that might change. That Elon Musk is going to end up leaving the White House. Yeah, basically because he thinks everyone's been nasty to him. He doesn't get it, does he? He's so out of tune with, well, he just doesn't understand people. And he's also got a court case has been raised against him from an old problem where this girl was, or whole department was sacked, and he basically accused him of espionage and stuff like that, and now he's going to court over it. So he's got his fair share of problems, but he's made more for himself. I don't think he can cope because he is so high at the moment. He's obviously dealing with people being nasty to him, with having, taking more drugs. And I think he's buggered. I really do. It's so obvious now, isn't it? He's crippled his brain with ketamine. Anyway, I'm literally gonna have to go because what have I been up to today? I've just been to the shop. I've done some work in the house. Caroline is going back on Friday, so I thought I'd better do a little bit of house cleaning this morning. And then when I get back, I'm going to go in the workshop for the evening and do stuff in there. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so I'm going to say toodaloo, Toodaloo. And thanks to the spanners to help moderate. Cheers, Mad Monk.